Hello dear viewer, I'm Lee Sass. Just for a clean-up detail, not the normal start obviously. I've decided to do this level, which is zero gravity, which I think is more the devs messing about. I've talked about this one before. I think that's some of my recordings. It's a very silly level. As you can see here, you have one fairly limited size room, but you have a zero gravity effect, strangely enough from the name, and that means that it's very difficult to manage certain objects. For example, trying to put things in the bins, getting a bin dispenser down here, is pretty much impossible, because as soon as you bump the bin, it and the contents start to revolve all over the place, because there's no limitation to its movement. Come on, go away you. So, and that means that, for example, carrying shell casings around is pretty dull, because it's on an individual case basis. Go on, get in there, you. You also get problems with things trying to drift out of the furnace, quite frankly, which you can see something trying to do there. You have to try and hook it into the edge of the furnace to make it stick there. So this is not a proper recording, but I thought I'd put it in anyway, because I want to get this damn level completed. If I can, I'll get an Employee of the Month for it as well. I have tried it before, and the main method before was by opening the airlock door over here and then slinging everything out, but even that's quite difficult, because you just have to carry things one at a time to do so. And there's also that will ruin the Employee of the Month achievement as well. You'll get a newspaper article about leaving the airlock open, which is only fair enough, I suppose. So I'm going to finish this one. It's taken me a little while just because of these damn bullet casings, but I'm not in the mood for a full level right now. It's too late in the evening, so I thought I'll just give this a go, get it done, and let you know what I'm up to. And I'll bring you in again at occasional points, but really, it's not the most exciting level in the world. It's an interesting mechanic, but it's yeah, not thrilling. Not thrilling to watch. This is more me doing it out of completionist desire to be a completionist than to have something entertaining for you to watch. I'm more worried about trying to get the the barrels settled on the floor properly, so they all register for being put away properly. Although how you put something away properly in zero gravity, I don't know. Chris, get back in the furnace. Also, we have some loose lids here. See, of these vent covers, and I'm not sure. I can't remember what you're supposed to do with those. If you're supposed to burn them or not, but I'm presuming the sniffer will tell me. There's another one there. What I'm supposed to do. I'm trying to be careful not to let these bins drift into the furnace by accident. It's fairly unlikely that would happen, but you know, just keeping an eye out, because it would easily ruin the level for me. Weird drifting blood spots. And the last thing is, the only thing I've done is I've got object highlight back on again, just because it's easier to. It's quite hard normally to spot when you're in range of grabbing something like that. See, it's quite hard to know when you've got. Did something come out there? That casing came out, didn't it? I heard it. It's quite hard to know when you've got something in your sights or not, which is what I remember the first time I tried to play this, trying to work out if you've got if you can grab the object or not. I could have added the cursor system as well, but well, it gives you a central cursor to show where the middle of your field of view is, but I thought that was a bit too cheaty, so there you go. Right, on with the collecting. Yeah, I've tried various methods in the past to make this level go a little bit easier. I've tried corralling the difficult bullet casings inside a bin by carrying the bin and trying to scoop them up as I flew through the air with the greatest of ease. Didn't really work. I've tried throwing them up towards the ceiling, and of course towards the airlock as well, to try to get a good line on them to send them out, or send them to where I want them to be, so it's easier to move them later. It doesn't really work though, it's not very reliable, and it's hard to do accurately. And once they start moving, They tend to bounce all over the damn place. So you're not really making things, you know, maybe half of the ones you send end up in the place you want them to. And the rest of them just confuse your search parameters, you know, when you try and work around a room logically. It just confuses... Ow! Just confuses things. And that happens quite a lot. I got clunked by one of those... One of those big vent covers earlier. And that would have really hurt. Oh, there we go. Right. Is that an organ? No, it's just blood. I'm just thinking as well, the buckets... I haven't tried the buckets yet. I'll bring you back for that, certainly. Buckets might be a problem. Not initially using them, because every time you thump them with your mop, I suspect they're going to try flying off into the wild blue yonder. And of course, once you've mopped them once, doing that will cause them to spill, making a right old mess. But I'll look into that, what I can do. Maybe I can sort of stand on top of the bucket or something as I'm mopping to keep it still. Experimentation will be quiet. Until then, there's absolutely no point in trying to mop anything here, because one errant organ can bounce all over the place and make one heck of a mess. Don't remember that before. Look at this. Crates and barrels. Does that mean I have to store them there? I mean, I remember... Oops. I see. Oh, look at these things that all escaped. Look, partly escaped. I said in the previous level, maintenance, that what if you had to store things in a certain place? Now, what I'm wondering is it going to penalise me if I don't store them there? And if I do try and store them there, will they actually stay there? I shouldn't think so. No, it's not there's any gravity function there that will hold them down. The only bit of fixed gravity in this part of this level is near the airlock. So you can see when I get close to the floor, I'm sort of pulled down and grounded properly, like a very weak magnetic force, there like that. But the only place that actually functions more than that is near the airlock, because that way you can't fling yourself out into space. That's the idea there. As amusing as that would be. Because this game isn't actually bothered about killing you most of the time. I'm surprised they bother. Oh, so I thought that was an organ made to in the middle of the space there, but it's just blood. These damn blood splatters are hard to... Ones that are in mid-air. Sometimes they've got an organ in them, sometimes they haven't. It made a noise like I hit something there, but there you go. I'll probably find it later, I'm sure. It would appear that I've collected most of the organs and rubbish, I think. Yeah, I think so. I'm sure I've missed a couple here and there, but it looks like I've got most of them. Let's shut this for the moment. Suppose they drift off around here when they bounce out of the furnace. But I think we're going to try mopping and see what happens. So where is the... I thought there was something there. There you go. Where is the bucket dispenser? I can't remember. There. Let's see how these buckets respond to being poked and prodded around. I don't know why I can jam them. Yeah, that's what I thought might happen. So does that mean that I only get one use of every bucket? That might be the case, but at least they won't spill. Oh, hello. That's a weird floaty light there. Oh, it's supposed to be a lens flare, is it? Bit of an odd one. Okay, well I think I can manage that, the fact that buckets spill every time. What if I stand on top of it? Or I splash from above? Huh. That worked pretty well, didn't it? Of course, when it does splash, it's going to make a hell of a mess, but... Ooh, yeah, another loose one. Still not sure what to do with you. You don't appear to be rubbish, so I think we're going to leave you alone. But did any organs come out of this when I hit it? They do sometimes. Splosh around the ceiling. And then we'll splosh around the walls. Feeling quite good so far. Of course, using the bucket again could be a real test. Let's work under here now. Time to try mopping again. I'll try cleaning them up again. Easy. Feels like I'm doing an approach to a space dock or something. Gently approaching like the thing out of 2001. And you lot running around the walls doesn't help. Look at those footprints. I'm gently trying to approach of my spacecraft. Oh, there's a bullet case in there. Down, no, down. Down. Slow. Cool. Can I now... Come on, go away. Yeah, I was hoping I could do most of the mopping now without just getting off the ground. Ah, there's a shell casing. No, I needed normal mopping there. Normal mop rinsing. See, I knew it. I knew it would happen eventually. Why didn't this appear to make a mess, though? It didn't, did it? Have you turned that off on this level, maybe? That would be nice if they have. Yeah, that should have made a big mess, shouldn't it? They must have turned that off. Well, okay. All is forgiven, game devs. All is forgiven. That would have made things a bit ridiculous. Hit the lights. Trying to judge how dirty my mop is. Oh, that is not helping. No, slow down. Damn it. Okay, it's not too bad.